Talking Point platform. TTPTV. Oh yeah. Unale we pledge with love and loyalty to we sweet, sweet mama salute. Now we all come together as one. For tomorrow, now we go make salute.
Yes, family owner, welcome back to yet another very, very important segment where they come through the Talking Point platform. As always, we're not done with the Komon-Tok there. And then 2 days here, 3 days here, starting from today, tomorrow, next tomorrow, then go be very, very critical days. Then we'll make the democracy what we all love, or then go break the democracy. As soon as all are we are, today now the first day of the much anticipated dialogue between the government and the opposition, All People's Congress, APC. So we'll go for candle analysis today on the statement, the opening statement. Mind you, you'll not be even get access to the room where in the actual dialogue they take place. But these are the open statements between the two parties. But we'll go for can try to see inside those statements then, we try to understand and get a clue. From those two statements, we already don't know. Perhaps we get to a hypothesis, we build on that, and at the end of the day, we will get what we feel say, and perhaps we will just match to what we think say now, so you get for kind end. And we also go see maybe, just maybe, if the time permits, we go bring something very interesting to now. Dr. Sylvia Blinding Don Kego EU Nakot. Not a joke. That's a joke. Well, I mean, I'm telling you, right? The Komon-Tok, the drama does just a bomb, it does a big, just extra large, it does expand. Dr. Sylvia Blinding don't go EU na court, the chief observer na court. But we can't go light. Perhaps we might left on for tomorrow if the time permits. We'll find we'll go look at her. But anyway, for Leona just know say something interesting is cooking around. If you just watch me for the first time, the program we listen to, we call on Komon-Tok. Yeah, we're there for talk about issues that we got the potential for can we go before, and also get the potential for can we go beyond. We focus on things that the traditional media can ignore, they not can talk, or they not they afraid for talk, or they no want talk. Please consider for be part of this family. The community is a very, very strong community, formidable. Yeah, where you can guarantee one thing, you must learn from one or two people there. Definitely, assurance, I guarantee you. Or perhaps we will benefit, we will learn from you. So why not click the subscription button? Now, with the two sides, within our YouTube, perhaps, society you watches over the first time, TPP Leon. We also get a name now, Facebook, TPP Leon, a Talking Point platform, most side perhaps you watch me so. But we want you pay attention a little bit more on YouTube. Why? Because we get some contents that we put here. What we not necessarily put on Facebook. However, you can follow me on Facebook as well, because for convenience's sake, some people they like Facebook. You cannot just detach them from Facebook. No, now they didn't. But it's fine. You can subscribe now. Though you continue with your Facebook, best no problem. Look, I want to put Russian. I want to say best problem. Anyway, today on the 16th of October. With the camp for the Padeshia, better one. We get a formidable community, like I said, then they share. So once you don't join me, please help share as well. With the camp family, when I know the bond, not so, I'll share with the camp just now.
One platform for news every day now we countries alone. For education, entertainment, political affairs, TV. We got enough Tanga one inside Sierra Leone, like a big quantity. We breeze not a shit.
All right, so family, yes, like one big quantity. We breeze not a shake. Even though we quantity the breeze on shaker. So we'll get for upgrade. We'll get for upgrade with jingle. Let match up to the words here. All right, so first thing first, yesterday we put up, and I argue, we put up a case now. Because we see a flyer yesterday where it surprised me. I love this flyer first. Now the flyer this will be see ahead of the dialogue. President Bio tweets. Now Twitter I put on. He says, "Join me tomorrow, October 16, 2023, in Pujon, Southern Province, as we commence the journey towards building a food secure Sierra Leone through the formal launch of the flagship Feed Salon program." So a lot of people ask questions. You yourself will ask questions. What's more important, the food, the flagship program, or the peace and stability of the country? Now, we take with time, just like always. We'll not put the cart before the horse. We say perhaps President Bio, he go now the opening ceremony, the day one of the dialogue, at least exchange pleasantry greetings with the people that we involved, and then he continue in journey. He go now the southeast, in the southern province, who said they go launching flagship program. Well, enough for bad, but it turned out for B not to so happen. Just like we Una said on C this morning, we televise and live, courtesy of AYV. It be Una be watching Una see and clearly, it not be attend. So people don't begin to doubt, ask how serious the government, because everything we get for inside priority, you get priority, you get for prioritize your priority. So we don't see this action of the mediation. You get the full force, because at the end of the day, the people, not to say now outside, not to say now America, not to say now sub-region and good one. Presidents be they fly everywhere in the world for what, and even for open, even food security or food. When we just take power, the first outside gonna room where the United Nations Food Agriculture they open a program where, according to Boku of in supporters and not so in supporters them the likes of Kutubu will be counted at this program. He said Vex. In fact, to even count, he said the president for even go on the now then a lesser officer for sending whether like they even get that since that position don't get and for go. But the president immediately after the election, he go there. So the point what they make is if the president can travel everywhere in the world until where even a lesser officer for send, he go attend. What about this one now? We get the potential for breaking Mexican young. We they talk about so we just say like sometimes we leaders they're insensitive about the cause, the crime, or certain plight. We don't know how they want move the country. Because for me personally, out of courtesy, out of respect, there's no way absolutely President be enough for the under. Enough for wait for the last day. Okay, you can just go there 1 hour, 2 hour, you exit. That's fine. But for the fact that in presence not a day, start for work. Maybe sometime tomorrow we will see. I will not go there much on that. Maybe tomorrow you go under. Maybe the last day you could decide, so, okay, when they go to reach on a resolution, the last day, it will just go there. Where we will open see and see how that will working. But on this very day, a lot of people were disappointed, at least, and they expect President Bill for Didi, even if he not continue. But not sure, absolutely. All right. So yesterday we'll talk another zone. We say, okay, no, wait and see. So when I go tell you in the comment section, and most probably go on the phone line. Now when I say add my voice, now we understand if which add my voice. No, know how I say feel about this one. All right. Okay. Now we come with of us because. No, the argument clearly. A lot of people that look at them. I support the idea. Of course, we know they already get the representative, but if need for today in person, that 1-2 hours where they spend, get nothing for do in a planning program. In fact, the boss then say they late. The boss no late. Even if you get for your boss can't 10 o'clock set, late always because you know what they can do behind close up. Your boss always they come on time. So in 1 hour where they go spend. See the dignitaries and exchange pleasantry and obviously they are involved in Feed Salon now put you. But anyway, now we listen to two people and I'm going to analyze and speech then. All right. And the chief minister. This would have done people who perhaps the not to English and talk. I mean, not to create and talk by English. So we'll take with time. We can explain them to people. We'll do a one comment, a reaction on that. Not to everything, but some keywords there we need interpretation. Not really small.
African Union, Economic Community of West African States, leadership and staff of the National Peace Commission of Sierra Leone, members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps, representatives of the Sierra Leone People's Party, comrades of all People's Congress Party, here present, members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, fellow Sierra Leoneans, good morning. Let me start by humbly welcoming you all to this historic and defining moment of our time, which is holding an inter-political party dialogue that aims to find a consensual solution to the governance stalemate. I especially appreciate the presence of representatives from the Commonwealth, the African Union, and the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, who have taken their time and spent their resources to be with us here today. Their presence is a clear testament and demonstration of their commitment to the achievement of democracy, peace, security, development, and stability in our beloved Sierra Leone and elsewhere in the rest of the world. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, Madam Fatou Madiano, former Vice President of the Republic of the Gambia. And thank you also, Justice Sanga, for agreeing to facilitate the dialogue by joint courtesy, compliment with the aid and ECOWAS. Hearty congratulations from the people of Sierra Leone to you, our colleague, Professor Michel Scobie, for your high academic achievements as professor a few days ago. These three institutions, together with our other development partners, here resident in Sierra Leone, continuously engage us as a party on the need for all political parties and other stakeholders to work together to ensure a peaceful elections outcome and to commit to the tenets of democracy and the rule of law as we embark on the June 2023 presidential and general elections. One important outcome of our engagements with our international partners was the signing of the Peace Pledge a few weeks before the elections, a pledge that the APC fully adhered to. For us in the APC, our paramount interest has always been, and will continue to be, the peace, security, and stability of our beloved Sierra Leone. Accordingly, our commitment to having free, fair, credible, and non-violent elections has been attested to in our several press releases before, during, and after the elections. Unfortunately, the entire electioneering process was plagued with a plethora of premeditated and carefully structured actions aimed at rigging the elections.
All right, let's catch that point there. He said the starting from when we did on the electionary process, the entire game now a well premeditated. In other words, the people in sit down, according to these words, then sit down, then planner, now a premeditated, then planner, like opposite are they trick you, and they can't beat you, and they can't slap you. You don't tell you don't you see, though you can't bring me, can't slap you. He says so then people are then really meaner, then planner and the executor for rig waiting the election. Logo.
Before and throughout the entire process. And this includes the perpetration of violence, intimidation, and a disproportionate display.
He said, I'm not just plan this thing for say when they rig the election, they use other code means like political violence, intimidation, just for subdue the opponents, they make them get a way out. How will they go so?
Of what I would describe as gun power against the leadership, members, and supporters of the APC. We also suffered from deep-rooted ethno-regional drive that has succeeded in.
Now, it is still accused. It say probably the opponents they succeed for divide the country in tribal lines, in regional lines. The division will go actually help for make them win the election according to all the premeditations. So it starts was a this to them plan and the executor in their level layer by layer for let's just get the message clear what it is for talk. Let me go before.
Dividing this peaceful nation. And worst of all, from state capture and partisan use of public institutions.
All right, he said then do what he then call state captured. In other words, all the institutions are within the country, yes, they get the name as for be an independent institution or semi-autonomous institutions there. However, now unpick. Now the government they select the people where they go who they go now then commission and they. So under the you will see like just like the independent will be get. You go feel like it's alone independent, Ghana independent, but behind the scene, say now bigger powers there. The colonial masters and they really control with democracies. That's not just a similar pattern where they can say states captured. The institutions are there, but those people who are manning those institutions, these are puppets of the powers that be. Now that make impact and put in there for make them work in the interest, not for the country, not for the institution, but waiting for the person where appoints there. There we go.
Including all elections management bodies, which further deepen the divide in the country and fuel the brutalization of the opposition in their homes, as well as in their communities. Many simply because they are either APC or they are Northwesterners or they are perceived not to have voted.
All right, this nothing where we don't talk, we all don't see down there. It's people that want to perceive for say this are APC people there or APC members there or South Northwest people there. They don't suffer so much just because they align themselves with the party or they're seen as sympathizers with the party. They don't suffer brutalism, intimidation, other tactics then when a could means then we're not supposed to be. No go.
SLPP, and above all, as carrying Samura identity. Your Excellencies, lead facilitators, it is this premeditated and ingrained hate, along with untold anger, intolerance, and tribalistic tendencies against the Bill regime against the opposition since 2018.
Now, he said, he remind the people who can watch me, or who can facilitate the dialogue, say, since 2018, the government gets a premeditated, that then we don't plan this for a long time, say, then we'll go after the opposition. Since 2018, according to Dr. Samura Kamara, what we go before.
election's outcome and to commit to the tenets of democracy within the new regime against the opposition since 2018. That represents today the bedrock of Sierra Leone's heightened political tension. This is something we cannot ignore or set aside if we want to restore democracy and bring back peace and stability in Sierra Leone, a country with tremendous potential and prospects to build and secure lasting hope and an enviable future for all. It is worth noting that the June 24, 2023 election and its aftermath was merely a combination of the reasons that have brought us here today. Since 2018, when the APC peacefully transitioned power to the SLP, the leadership, members and supporters of the APC party have never been at peace under this regime.
Now, it reminds the people who come, tell us, say, since APC handover governance to SLPP 2018, the leadership of the APC and the current regime don't ever they at peace. They never see eye to eye. Intimidation over intimidation, harassment. Of course, we all know the skirmishes they also run. So now that they inform the people and say, this is not the current situation. We don't put it at this particular point. We don't bring in Kanaya today. We a country we're supposed we get the potential, we get the power for let we become economically independent and prosper for citizens. What we do before.
We handed over power to the SLPP because we respect democracy and democratic processes. Whilst we did question the results produced by the Electoral Commission, we have no doubt that handing over power was the right thing to do. To us, the interests of the nation was much more paramount than our partisan and personal interests. Importantly, we wanted to keep the country united. Sierra Leoneans had prior to 2018 worked very hard for 15 years to ensure that we built on the hard-earned peace and democracy that the country had enjoyed since the Civil War ended in the year 2002. However, on taking power in 2018, the SLP made it their primary focus to directly target the leadership, membership, and even sympathizers of the APC, while at the same time fragmenting the country and setting the stage for the state we are in today. The state characterized by a deteriorating democratic space, the instrumentalization of police, the military, and notably the Electoral Commission, Sierra Leone, led to a culture of impunity.
Now, it reminds the people and say, since 2018, the government don't carry out a policy where even security forces there, then they do extrajudicial killing, or then they get out and say, buff case, impunity. And they carry out atrocities there in the name of whosoever sent there. But at the end of the day, we know they say they punish there, which means in a buff case, in the impunity. And this now like something we don't go on for a long time, according to her. Since 2018, you don't see. And these actions have been carried out against the people where they perceive for be like enemy them, like maybe sometimes supporters them of the government, or maybe sometimes sympathizers them. No, we could be fooled.
That we see the Electoral Commission produced 2023 election results that did not reflect the will of the people, and that saw the leadership of the APC directly targeted at the party office while election results were being awaited.
Now, it's a let people and get this clear. The 2023 election, according to her, it don't reflect the will of the people. In fact, even when they build up and count, the government, according to her, it targets the leadership of the opposition. That's the APC, even at the headquarters. Lord, listen.
Resulting, unfortunately, in one of our members eventually killed by the state security personnel. These and several other extrajudicial killings still remain uninvestigated.
Now, you remind people and say, in their office, inside their office, then kill one of the member when I think Metro Bangua, up till now, and apart from that and other people up till now, they don't see them punish or they investigate that day. In fact, if we can just move a little bit on this one, we even see the police boss, the chief police boss of the country, he say nobody no die. We play them, clip them many, many times, and not so, or we go before.
In our gentle souls, rest in perfect peace, and light perpetual shine from them. On June 24, 2023, Trilonians, irrespective of tribal or party affiliations and continual intimidation, went to the polls in the largest numbers ever seen in a presidential and general election to make their voices heard, which was very inspiring. They expected free and fair elections, since these are essential for democracy. They expected, at the end, the Chief Electoral Commissioner, Mr. Mohammed Kone, and his team of commissioners could not produce the disaggregated results of the elections at all polling stations to show that President Bio actually.
All right. Now, it make one reference where all the observers they don't make. It say now the largest turnout this, despite all the other problems, for people where people take up on themselves for who votes. But the ECSL up to date not able to provide the disaggregated data. Or for sure say President Julius Madabio now win the election. Una can say why they call him president. Even Samora, they call Madabio president. So if you ever doubt why, or you even ask me why they call Madabio president, he's a president, because even the opponents where they contest against her, or contest against her, or they still contest the result, they still call him president. So validate, vindicate me. What we go before?
2023 presidential election. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the questions which all of us well-meaning and patriotic Sierra Leoneans are asking today are, why is the Sierra Leone Electoral Commission refusing to publish all certified polling station results?
All right, he asked a question. He said, make them ask the ECSL boss or the ECSL as an institution, why then they refuse to publish the certified disaggregated data results for show how they arrive at a particular percentage will qualify for announce a president's view now in win the election. He asked the question why. How different.
What are they hiding? Who are they working for? What gives them the urge and the audacity to deprive the people of their constitutional?
I asked a question very early. He said, what's in the hide for? What are they work for? Would I give them the orders and say the power, the audacity, the mind for make them deprive Sierra Leone from that critical information? Who that give them that authority?
Right. Since announcing the results of the elections, Mr. Kone, a man who ironically has served the African Development Bank at high office of principal investigator for fraud and corruption, and his commissioners have been repeatedly called upon by the main opposition APC party, the international community, and Sierra Leoneans at home and abroad to publish the disaggregated results at all polling stations. But for some strange reason or reasons.
All right, now he make a line there. He said, ironical, not in other words, they don't be the it's supposed to be the other way around. It's supposed to be the other way around. Why? Because Mohamed Kone, he be the work under the African Development Bank, and the department will be the work then now for fraud and corruption. For waiting for fraud and corruption. So what does this mean? This person forgets that kind of integrity. That person forget that kind of moral authority. That person forget that sense of pride, sense of respect. But all the regardless of all that willing, that kind of thoughts, that kind of person will you look at if it be, say I don't understand the oppositions and even observers that don't call for let the man dish out for real. Always see this aggressive data up till now it not happened. So it's so ironical. In other words, now people are not be they expect this. Now the opposite of waiting and they expect more to do for behave, but it not behave another way. So we go before.
Other than that of covering up their fraudulent track, they are refusing to publish all polling stations.
Now he accused them directly. He say they do this for cover them fraudulent. In other words, this man will be the investigate fraud and corruption. Now ADB, this man now is on serious allegation of what corruption. They can cover the track now that make up till now they not able to release the disaggregated data. Let me put it.
Result forms, RRFs, signed by political parties, polling station agents, returning officers, and certified election observers. Surely, our facilitators, law or no law, releasing these results would enhance transparency and accountability, which is essential for public confidence in the declared outcome. What has become apparent, and perhaps unknown to them, is that by the very dangerous and unprecedented behavior of the Electoral Commission, by not publishing the disaggregated results, they have further compounded an already existing atmosphere of fear, violence, insecurity, as well as political and economic uncertainties in the country. By the end of President Bio's 5-year administration, let it be known that Sierra Leone was at a crossroads ahead of the June 2023 elections. The country was faced with political intimidation and injustice, poor economic stewardship, high unemployment, unbearable high cost of living, high inflation, unstoppable fall in the domestic currency, low trust and confidence in government, a discredited midterm population census, increasing hunger and poverty, and very unnecessary new electoral laws. There was widespread agreement during my campaign trail that these challenges, exacerbated by food shortages, poor infrastructure, and rising costs of fuel and transportation, expensive health and education services were the most pressing issues. Hence, the people of Sierra Leone voted vehemently for change to political leadership.
Okay, now take pause there. It puts it, in other words, the argument we make now, is say by the end of Madabio's tenure in 5 years, the country already they're on serious economic hardship, political instability, inflation will go up. In fact, there we are also talk about they make a sort of like a fake census where people are not buying. And you also mentioned, say, even the confidence in the judiciary, in the police, and other state apparatus all day at a low point. So people they're absolutely see no need for vote for Mother View again. Now that's the point we make. It says so the people then go into the ballot or vote for somebody where will change this scenario, change all of them here, the negatives here where you don't mention. So like no way matter be committee. According to Dr. Samuel Kamara, what did they try to tell the mediators?
That's more capable to address these pains and suffering. Alas, Mr. Cornell dashed their hopes by not giving them the leader they actually voted.
So, in other words, it's clear now. Mohamed Cornell refused to give the Sierra Leonean the majority will go for vote for change, the kind of person who can rebrand, the kind of person who can, where they can say resuscitate, they can give life to the economy. Mohamed Cornell deprived them, according to Dr. Samura.
Our facilitators. The APC has contested Mr. Cornell's announced election results in their entirety because of glaring irregularities and rigging. The failure by Mr. Cornell to produce the 2023 granular election results at the district level led our party to demand a rerun.
Very good. That's not the point where I know say plenty people now don't they talk about now. It say them party position is clear. Mohamed Cornell able produce the results at a district level and then don't make a clear them position for make a rerun take place. What we do before.
Holding that these results at the level requested are either not available or if at all they do exist, they are being hidden because they do not represent.
So it's a you don't understand. Either perhaps whether they ask a Padima pull and result here, either perhaps the result are not there, or maybe they just keep them for some other reason. That would be before.
Two votes of the people. In the interim, the APC decided to boycott governance at both central and local government levels. International and local observer missions have also expressed serious concerns about the electoral process and the announced result, citing irregularities, statistical inconsistencies.
Now, it's not so the normal as a party gets a problem with the ECSI. Even the local as well as international observers themselves get a same concern about mathematical impossibility, statistical inconsistency in the sense it not just add up. The numbers are not add up, they're not hold up, they're not tied up. What would you say?
They have called for population and for the publication of the disaggregated results per polling station to allow for public scrutiny of the results. They concluded that unless that happened, transparency and accountability were compromised. In their report, the EU Observer Mission stated the following: voters' trust in the credibility of elections was undermined by lack of transparency during critical stages of the process, particularly during the tabulation process, and by significant inconsistencies in the results. In addition, several of the diplomatic community in country have also echoed these sentiments, and some have expressed their dissatisfaction by even applying sanctions and a pause in development assistance.
Now, in make mention, he said the EU report talk about transparency. In other words, the tipping point where for make the election become free, fair, transparent for be happen during the tabulation process. And okay, like when they say inconsistency, the numbers are not add up. It's mathematically impossible for them based on what they get as EU observer and the number way Mohamed Kone announced. And also he mentioned say not only the EU, other development partners and that already apply sanction. The American embassy, of course, when I know when they don't issue visa ban against the people that wouldn't feel responsible for undermining democracy in the country. And in fact, they not only tap them with all aid, assistance, money, the MCC. Now that's it for talk. Not really before.
they are yet to endorse the ECSL results, not congratulate Brigadier Julius Marat as president. At this stage, let me observe that the frank disclosure of our electoral failings and shortcomings in the management of the 2023 elections by the diplomatic community and observer missions should be taken in good faith as invaluable inputs for strengthening our democracy and democratic institutions in order to better protect the rights and reflect the aspirations of the people of Sierra Leone.
Now, he said we not for vex when the EU then pull reports. We for take her in good faith for acceptance say yes this. The EU report not just a way for help we for law we improve on with democracy, law we strengthen with institutions, law we support us so that with democracy will get value. Law we go before.
It should be appreciated that elections management apart, these very diplomatic and international institutions, some of whom are our colleagues in nation building, are now vilified, many for political posturing, intolerance to criticism, and gaining political mileage, have worked for Sierra Leone for over many decades across the political, socio-economic spectrums in order to strengthen the country's post-conflict development efforts. Your Excellencies, the collective presence of the Commonwealth, the AU and ECOWAS, and the respective reports of international observer missions have given us the confidence we needed to engage in this dialogue today. All
right. It's for the fact that the institutions that will decide at least who invite them to come, the AU, the ECOWAS, the Commonwealth, it don't give them the hope, the confidence for make them go into this dialogue.
Which we hope will be meaningful to the future of democracy and democratic practices in Sierra Leone. We pray that your efforts do not go in vain. The APC has taken time to develop a position paper that is detailed. Separate elaborations and evidences will be presented during the dialogue. I have therefore limited my words here to avoid going into the content of that paper. However, I would like to note that our position is clear and precise.
All right, now let me remind people about this one. He said, you know, so when the mediator team come, then go meet the two parties there. They meet the government, they meet Dr. Samuel Kamara. He said they don't tender, they don't give then your position paper. In other words, then your policy, waiting then say now in the want. But you know, I'm go deep into them because since you already know over that documents lead to the mediators there. But he say they are clear. All right, we know what it mean that they are clear. In other words, all what we don't talk around, shout, blah, blah, they clear.
It was developed through an inclusive process with the views of a wide range of stakeholders taken into consideration. Our position is not about the interests of individuals or just about our party, but rather about the interests of both the current and future generations, including from the SLPP.
Well, you say, well, they're not the fit for themselves. They fit not only for APC, but for SLPP, future generations. And so, let people, no politician there. And the word man, they always have what they consider the best answer for this. But anyway, long way to go.
Our position is also about the interests of many other Australians who are not APC and who voted and wanted to have their votes counted. We are not a disgruntled group, but for the purpose of this conversation, and until our votes are transparently counted and granular results by polling station made public, there is no winner, neither is there a loser.
Right.
Without releasing the disaggregated vote counts,
according to them, it say they're not to disgruntled people there. But based on all the evidence, they don't get that. According to them, there is no winner, nobody not win the election, and nobody not lost the election, according to them.
the people will have no way of knowing the outcome of their voting efforts. Hence, at this table, we are dialoguing with colleagues representing an illegitimate administration whose executive, legislature, and other public appointments are only beneficiaries of stolen election.
All right. Now, not to the first time this way, Dr. Samuel Kamara, they use this heavy word. He said the government now illegitimate government. In other words, illegal. And in fact, what will bring them coming into governance now stolen election. These are the key words. What we go before.
I can easily draw your attention to the very unguided utterances and some bad faith actions by members of this illegitimate administration, especially on the eve of the dialogue. These include continuation of parliamentary sessions and threats against our elected members of parliament, mayors, chairmen, and councillors relative to their tenure and other entitlements. All meaningful political engagements of national interest are usually preceded by preambles and signaling. As a party, the APC has engaged with the stakeholders to prepare them for the dialogue and possible outcomes. In addition, we have signaled through the Peace Commission that we are coming to this dialogue with an open mind, a genuine desire for peace, and an anxious urge to reach a consensual solution that can enable the country to be back on the path to development progress and democracy once again. Regrettably, political posturing from some of our colleagues on the other side of this dialogue table is not sending encouraging signals.
Now, let me make this point people know. It say the other side, no, see this side directly, they accuse the government, say the government, they act in bad faith. Just few days towards the election, the dialogue, the parliament continue with their regular session, and not just only continue with their regular session, they put very harsh word by threatening the parliamentarians where the APC parliamentarians will not go for voting their seats. That is one, and they also send threats to the councillors there as well as the mayor. You look at and say them threats are not for be. If enough for take place, in fact, that even open up the parliament continuation of them, if it only happen after perhaps a consensus agreement, or we don't get an outcome more favorable for that before then continue, but it don't happen so. So in other words, it say this now then do it in bad faith. Long go before.
For us on the APC, not to the citizens of Sierra Leone, neither to the world at large. You don't say you are seeking peace, but at every moment you try to put the wrong under the feet of the opposition. The targeted COI appeal cases and ongoing arrest and harassment of APC supporters.
All right, now we talk about these courts. Now, I will pause this side, COI arrest, fine. You know, I'm happy when he mentioned that, and this it connected with some of the call on this particular program. This side where Dr. Samuel Kamara points to is sensitive. Why I say sensitive? Would they put it itself again? He said the COI, the Commission of Inquiry, government don't use the Commission of Inquiry against the people, against the party, and in only tap they arrest people. So somebody be the try for talk say perhaps this negotiation will include the Commission of Inquiry. If you don't know, even the ex-president, EBK, and Samuel Kamara, then they now within the highest court of the highest courts now the line, then at the Supreme Court, they appeal because the Commission of Inquiry found them guilty on certain things and therefore confiscate some of them property there. So, and not only Samoa and EBK, not to the no more, other APC folks also. In fact, some of them they lost their appeal of recent time. They lost their appeal. So government don't seize APC them property. So we mentioned COI. Somebody be talking and say maybe one of the things where they will negotiate now for let government look into the COI and forgive them because this is not a leverage part. In other words, government where they go into negotiation, where they go into dialogue in any conflict resolution, you get for prepare yourself better one. You get forget like what them to say, you get forget thick skin, or you get forget something, you get forget your own card, you get for all sideway at least. I mean, a soft or you get beef against the company. So maybe government they can push get this particular card, and one of the two way APC go wants to make them pull them from the sea and stop the arrest. Mind you, one of the things where government do back, the ban, they ban all people where they inside the Commission of Inquiry, where they name they even the other way they name not they self. According to the paper we see, when our APC members them, they know they allow them to fly out of the country for 5 years. So not fly out of the country for 5 years, some for 2 years, 3 years. So then we don't lift that bandit. So until the next negotiation for pool waiting the COI crimes there, all the people that wouldn't commit, maybe governments they forgive them. What thing APC go in turn? But we don't know it. No, listen, it's sensitive. Why I bring on can? Because a lot of people in there will be don't mention say this negotiation they therefore do more of APC than the country. Not go before. Somebody they asked if ECOWAS Commonwealth no come. Commonwealth they just in case you know. Law we go before. Commonwealth they part negotiation.
Want peace and continue to impose an acting mayor on Freetown City Council, which the SLPP lost convincing. You cannot want to pursue peace and give ultimatums to APC elected councillors on the eve of a national dialogue. In this dialogue,
Lord, we tap this one here. All right, we continue. I just want to bring Una into this. When government pull this particular technique, we can I will tell you now. This not like a mind game. Then they play on the minds of the opposition psychologically for pressure them, for weakening them. And indeed, it seems to be paying off. Why I say it seems to be paying off? Because for the fact that Dr. Samuel Kamara put on a message, put on in draft, put on in final speech where they can do so, it means the government don't succeed in exactly what they do. What did they do? Now, just in the eve of the dialogue, the government appoints an acting mayor of Freetown. We can at this platform, we say this is not just a political stunt and they born good picking. Why would they say so? Because the dialogue not just few days. Well, why the rush? Why the rush? If not for political gain, if not for put pressure, and it work. Now it don't affect the opposition. They don't feel that, and they also talk about the ultimatum. Government use the parliament for threatening them and for put a pressure on them when they go into the negotiation. Let them become more soft, and indeed it work because this man right now, what him up to talk to you sooner. He feel like they talk the heart of the All People's Congress. I mean, you get the point here. Now we go before.
We are faced with two important scenarios going forward. As a passionate but very neutral commentator indicated to me, the easy part for us, both on the dialogue table, is to stay in our entrenched positions and to dig deeper to fight only for the outcome each party believes in is right for it. For the APC to move on, it is important to look back and recognize the democratic injustice to the citizens within the context of a hastily installed illegitimate administration, as if all is normal. For the SLPP to move on, it is important to look forward while recognizing the injustice of an electoral coup against the citizens.
Now, you don't mention this word. It say the government rush quickly for puts people into position, even though the election gets issued. And this, according to her, now electoral coup. Now, coup don't set against the states. Not to one they don't talk. This now the second time that we talk officially in the writing and the broadcast at the world. Not we go before.
And how this can be peacefully mitigated for now and into the future. The courageous path is to change the rules of the game and to come with a spirit of reconciliation without losing the baby with the bad water. Without making the voters worse off than where they are after this unprecedented election fraud. Or by avoiding a language of winning or losing, or staying strong or giving in, that boxes in our respective positions even before the dialogue starts. We have an opportunity to look for that point of equilibrium and solutions, and not where we disagree. An opportunity to put aside for this moment our party colors, intimidatory tactics, noisy supporters, and personal pride and ego, and to recognize that this is a matter of national importance, not a battleground for political giants. And finally, we have an opportunity to recognize that we need to look backwards and forwards, to be open to listening and to be mutually respectful. We in the APC are ready to do this. Are you ready, the SLPP? In conclusion, we are not doing this in a vacuum. The social, economic, and political context is obviously very challenging, and our people are suffering. The economy continues to worsen, given funding squeeze and uncertainty in domestic and international investor appetite. We owe it to our citizens to put all our efforts to build cohesion and find a win-win way forward that puts
all right, so now we count this particular point. It just like when you look at this particular lines the way they end so now, it talk about ego, it talk about personal ambition, it talk about people and where we can just want to play games, and it remind the people that we present for say this is about Sierra Leone, it's about the suffering of the people, and it asks them willing for go into the negotiation. Maybe they are willing for compromise, but he asks if the SLPP themselves willing. The last one we put here, then they come out and out win-win solution. You remember yesterday we analyzed this word, not so. I said, what would they look into conflict? We already look at the win-win. I mean, we not can just talk out of vacuum. Sometimes we don't do research, and some of we get some idea before. Qualification on peace and conflict. So we talk for let people understand. Say the only outcome will go beneficial for Sierra Leone now the win-win. And Dr. Samuel Kamara don't talk the same thing back. Say win-win. Maybe sometime we go get more on the, maybe now I can watch yesterday, not so, but anyway, a joke number. But definitely, just like what you will be wish yesterday, say the outcome will be win-win. Exactly, now I said don't talk. Say they said they hope for let the outcome of the mediation effort become a win-win. We are in SLPP go happy, APC go happy. If them two political party are happy, genuinely, I mean, for the work, the sacrifice for the interest of the country, then Salon people then don't win. Don't be good before low end, and I don't need it done sooner.
In full position. We are all here, both as political parties and as domestic and international facilitators because we recognize that the present electoral and other state management systems are fundamentally broken and need urgent and sustainable fixing. We cannot fulfill the country's potential.
Well, look at this side. This side, if you look at the language, it says we electoral system is broken. It need reform, therefore fulfill. And Madam Biodon set a reform committee already. So it seems as if maybe the meeting where Madam Bio and Dr. Samuel Kamara, they go old, they get something for do with that. Listen to the language, not as well. The meeting, the secret meeting where Dr. Samuel Kamara go meet with President Bio, and he doesn't talk about reform of the electoral body or process. Maybe they agree on that side. So no, this is very interesting. Then 2 days there, we go know exactly waiting be the cook behind the closed doors. We go definitely enough for again. No, we go.
If so many of our people feel that their vote was not respected, it's a test of leadership to choose what is right, even when it is difficult, or our people may criticize us for that reason. I do recognize that our shared legacy as leaders must be that we have found a way forward that puts our people and country first.
All right, you don't agree in this very way, say, then for put the people in force. So whatever argument they all get for agree to, I'm not surprised if they come up at the negotiation, they agree, say, they move on. Or perhaps it's difficult for talk, but when you judge about when you look at the statements with the way it make and you analyze in and out of it, it seems as if the government gets a little bit upper hand in this negotiation than APC. It's too early for saying, but based on what we don't see, based on the mind, the body language, the statements we don't come up from the opposition, they talk out of weakness now because of them get something that way they mourn at them. Not we go before.
Every second, every minute, every hour, and each day we spend here at this dialogue table must point us in the right direction. But first, we must unravel and accept the truth. And therefore, thereafter, we must then have the strength and creativity to identify and collectively pursue those institutional reforms that will provide us with lasting pathways to social justice and democracy. We must swallow our ego, our pride, and do what is right for our people and in the best interest of our beloved nation. Let me state that our people are curiously waiting to see what will come out of this dialogue. In this dialogue, there has to be a path to restoring democracy and the people's will. There has to be a path to bringing back the people's stolen vote. This is what the APC's leadership stands for. And certainly, it is what the APC leadership will continue to fight for. I pray that the process will be guided by the presence of and the grace of Almighty God, so that we'll have an outcome that will move this land that we love, our Sierra Leone, out of this very, very dark trajectory that it is trapped in. Thank you very much, and may God bless you all.
All right, that's now the message from Dr. Samuel Kamara. He ended up with the clear message of hope, the clear message of he repeats the same stolen votes, and they look forward for at least and come out with something where the people of Salon will be maybe pleased, appreciate, thankful. But we go continue a little bit again on David Shenge, the presidential account. I want you to listen carefully what the president's representative, the head of the delegation for the government side, what he get for council. Lord, listen this one back.
Dr. Kamura, head and leader of the Congress Party delegation. Thank you very much for your presentation. May I now call on Dr. David Shenge, Chief Minister and Head of the Government of Sierra Leone.
Thank you very much, Chair, Her Excellency, honorable members of the delegation from the AU, ECOWAS, Commonwealth and the Independent Commissioners of Peace, ministers of government, members of parliament, members of the diplomatic corps, our friends from the APC, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Today is a momentous day and a historic one for several reasons. It reaffirms our commitment to building institutions that strengthen democracy. 3 years ago, after a national consultative dialogue, the Independent Commission for Peace and National Cohesion was established. It wasn't established out of a vacuum. It was a recommendation from the Truth and Reconciliation Commission that they are able to organize and bring together international and national parties together in a very fraught state is a good testament to the people of this country. Congratulations. We thank them for their leadership and for all the roles they've been able to play to get us here. So why are we here as a government? We're here because of our commitment and understanding that when there is a mediated dialogue, we're able to go past our differences. We're here because of our hopes and our aspirations for national and collective movement forward. And as such, we expect that at the end of this mediated dialogue, we will see and expect the full participation of our friends in the All People's Congress in government.
All right. Now, David Shenge first, he praised the Peace Commission. He said not just 3 years, then this body don't hold. But even though a baby organization don't succeed for organize such an important thing. But one of the things we just mentioned, then committed as a government for going into this dialogue and set out the differences. And at the end of the dialogue, they will hope for see them friends, that's the APC, for participate in governance. Lord go before.
In a very low trust environment, not just in Sierra Leone, but across the world. And we see the growing violence in Asia, the Middle East, in Europe, in Africa, in ECOWAS. It is important that we restate our commitments to ensure effective state delivery. And that does not just mean elected officials. It means people who were not elected. It means people who never ran for elections. It means our collective and entire country. This is why our government has been pursuing a number of critical and absolutely necessary national reforms, which we believe our country requires to be counted and to occupy its rightful place among community of nations. Evidently, we were just invited to the Security Council, and will continue to represent not just Sierra Leone and Africa, but the entire world in making sure that we can stand for peace and national cohesion.
Now, keywords, yeah. It talk about the reforms where the government don't do, and then reforms that don't pay a dividend. It don't help them. And today, as a government, they don't even give them position. Of course, now this UN Security Council non-permanent member for talk not only for Salone but the whole world. How we go before?
Over the last couple of years, our government has repealed the seditious libel law. We've removed the death penalty. We've enacted the Guinea Bill.
Now, this it can't talk what in government don't do. This it somehow come out it diverts from the position paper where the APC just put. Now it talks that the government don't do a lot of reforms. One of those reforms they don't do. I don't know how this connected with the election, honestly. I don't know how this connected with the dialogue. But maybe, that case in the bill, we get foreigners in. You can't talk with me don't do. And you say me that bad because you see the government, the picture where the opposition paints, not in other way than talk good thing about the government. Absolutely, we not see anything with them, any outside them praise the government. So I understand, say, in the side of the government now, I think this is a deliberate effort for can tell the international world, say, no, what to them people that don't talk all about we, not to say a bill. Even when we get the bad law, we then call that libel, seditious libel law, we pull out when a 1965 Public Order Act, Part 5, we don't pull out. We know they all, no journalists in they go. So you see how this game they play. This they can't talk bad about me they can't defend. So now like offensive and defensive. Now we go before.
We reviewed and updated the PPRC Act, the Education Act, the Local Government Act, the National Investment Act, the Independent Commission for Peace and National Cohesion Act, the National Disaster Agency Act. We revised the anti-corruption law, well over 90 laws in the last 5 years. And because we believe that we're not done and governance does not stop, our team has continued to work on the Criminal Procedures Act of 1965, which currently does not guarantee justice to our people, particularly if you're poor. Because if you're poor and cannot pay the fine, you get sent to prison.
Now, he said there as a government, since when they take power, inside just 5 years, they don't reform or they don't upgrade institutions, 90 institutions. Of course, I mean, the ACC, the Anti-Corruption Commission, we mentioned. And he talk about the National Revenue Authority, he talk about the justice reform, people are not be to get justice. But then you're on term now, within the short time, they don't succeed, at least for reform or upgrade the laws they have for making it reflect to the needs of the common man. Now we go before. Keywords.
Our government understands that poverty should not mean lack of access to justice. We're here because we believe in mediation. There does not exist a mediation bill. We will work to make sure that there is a mediation bill in this country. And all of these are aimed at ensuring that the necessary and appropriate legal and regulatory environment is created to enhance effective and efficient government of Sierra Leone, not government of the Sierra Leone People's Party. A number of initiatives have been rolled out to ensure that our country strengthens its culture of inclusivity and participation. I mentioned the Guinea Act and the efforts of all political parties that were put in place to make sure we are under that law. This is why when our friends from the APC go to Parliament, there will be a lot more women in Parliament in our lifetime in this sitting than there has ever been at any given point in time.
Now, one key way to talk is because of the effort as a government, what you don't do, one key thing we mentioned where people in Clafora, They say now the first and this in the history of Salone for let we get more women representation in parliament than any other time. So people then clap for her for that. This is not some of the reforms then wouldn't do because they upgrade some of the laws and will not be reflect to the needs of the common man. Not be good before.
Parliament has ensured that Sierra Leone remains an example across the world. The number of young people who are given elected and appointed positions is at an all-time high and used as a benchmark across the continent. Political participation, where in the last government, in the last election, there were 17 fully functional political parties operating in the country of about 7 to 8 million people. CSOs are actively encouraged and have statutory positions in many strategic national institutions.
Let me catch that side. One of the two way you talk, it says Salone now like an example now to the world. Why be an example? Because this are the time this way we get huge amount of young people representation in governance. That is one key. Another thing where you point about is a political participation. The last election, 17 political parties now they take place. But wait a minute, just a minute. This man they try to talk about APA. Now APA they talk are these political parties where they all over. Is it these guys APA? Now APA they talk for these guys.
If una kind come in and quick begin engage with you understand? And I will tell you for free, my brother, no government not succeed without smaller parties. No government.
Just make clear, I just refresh your brain, not so. This guy inside they talk about the guy that was sold out. We catch them live. This and leak this video. Now they talk say, come on. I mean, who can do better? Minister, you can do better. Let's move on.
Commission that has been established over the last couple of years that does not actively include the participation of CSOs. The media is free.
And you also talk about waiting the civil service. I mean, sorry, the SCOs, the civil society organizations, their role. I mean, this one will go back. We're not taking salts. Why we're not taking salts? Because we get a clip where the civil society they go na president, then go beg for position instead of them go beg for the right thing be done. We see them publicly. Then they go ask President Bio for make them give them power. For that year, they are appointed into governance. It was embarrassing. It was shameful. So I don't know. And this particular CSO, now they said that they represent more than 40% of the entire country civil society organizations. Of course, when I be the follow them trends and they. So I don't know if I then guidance they talk about say then they, this and he said the media are free. Long we go before.
And independent, with over 80 community radios and about the same number of print media. As His Excellency has said, there is absolutely no journalist in prison today for practicing journalism. These are progress that we as a people can be proud of. We believe in effective governance. And Sierra Leone has continued to work assiduously to improve our country's global indices. Evidently, we passed the MCC scorecard for 5 straight years.
Now, it talk one thing. He say for the no journalist know the way this government don't ever put behind blah blah because of in work what they do. So this na thing where all Sierra Leone people we feel proud of, and also. Then pass the MCC. I mean, we get a score for 5 good years and they pass out with high number. What we do before?
We didn't pass MCC scorecard for MCC. We passed it for our people. Because when the corruption index goes from 49 to 84, it is not MCC or the US government who benefits. It is perceptions that reflect our people's thought of corruption. As a nation and as a people, we must all continue to work to make sure
the speech they can done. So Lord we done with the let be fair. Lord we not just count one side. We can done 3 minutes more. We can done the speech.
That the image we project and propagate about our people reflects the true realities of our people. We cannot, for political gain, for financial gain, for personal gain, project things that do not reflect the realities that we see on the ground and the true perceptions of our people. And these...
So, not awards, it try for tell APC now say, I mean, we will not put it in there where they reflect on the ground, because according to the position paper where Dr. Samuel Kamara did, is so fearful. All na gloom and bad things say no more. So in they come from the side of the government for saying no, not just it be. The reality now the ground speak for itself. We don't do reforms. We don't increase more women participation in parliament. This is not the first time we get more young people representation in governance, and no journalists know they will not see or don't arrest. We for part of this. We don't go to the Security Council for the first time. We don't just talk for Salon. We talk for the entire world. And think this now reform. In fact, the MCC card, we don't pass with distinction, with high numbers. So let the opposition know they just can't talk some talk there where reflect on the ground. Go, Mr. Minister.
Indices from MCC to the more from what some of our friends continue to speak when they're given the podium. We believe that we must strengthen state institutions, most importantly. I spoke about the Independent Commission for Peace and National Cohesion, which came out of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. In the last 5 years, we have implemented all possible recommendations of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission that does not require constitutional change. We've established institutions that make Sierra Leone an example to the world. The National Disaster Response in our fight for COVID, our leadership role on the APRN, our leadership role on the C10 continue to be examples that countries across the world turn to. The government of His Excellency, President Brigadier Retired Dr. Julius Madabio, is one that believes in the intrinsic values of inclusivity and participation as critical ingredients for a peaceful, united, stable, and cohesive Sierra Leone. It is as a manifestation of such conviction and belief that government has since given very serious considerations to the abnormal situation of having the other half of state governance, the opposition party in the House of Parliament and local councils, holding back on participation in governance. The government truly and genuinely believes that democracy and democratization cannot proceed without an active, credible, and responsible opposition from which we can all benefit from constructive engagements such as profiling alternative.
All right, now it talk one talk we make I bring on this video. It says Salon, we don't set example at the world. What people in the admire we, what people in the see we, disaster management team, we don't set them. So any problem we happen at the country in terms of natural disaster, we as Sierra Leone, we don't get a commission, we don't set already. I want you to listen carefully how then use this commission. Listen and carefully the disaster management committee where he just talk. I want to listen and carefully. Listen, please.
Yes, excellent. 27 people and they get 500,000 euros, yeah? All right. Each one of them. So now that is Samba. Not what we do about. Now what I do? So what's in that they say, this election where they come, we need una all for register. Yes, sir. People that were not registered last election, we make sure they register. Yes, sir. Continue for happen. The President Bill for sit on day back.
All right. We let go before past that. We let go before past that. This now waiting now institution was supposed to be neutral. Now the chief minister, the bluff say we for waiting celebrate the institutions here. Imagine an institution where for being neutral. People then get disaster. I don't forget the village where this thing happened. I think every damn point of rain, a lot of people that lost their life. Government go give them 500,000. But it's good. Now the role of the government for go help them. But no, not just go give them the money. Then go campaign, tell the people and see. The reason why they give them this the money and for them to vote for President Bill. That's so government's institution for day. That's so for do. That's so for practice democracy. No finishing in speech. He left 2 minutes. We just correct certain things there. You know, we just correct certain things there. Because I mean, some of them are just a follow now, but people in the way we don't they follow we then get them, don't get them kind, then we don't get a long bit message and we don't count them kind criticism and they and how for reform then and they for say this is not about bomb group picking, also the right thing for do, but we continue, but we get the message end.
Laws where we don't disagree. We don't always have to disagree. We're not here because we've been forced to. We're here because we chose to. And we're here because of our commitment to national development and peace. We're here because the father of democracy, His Excellency President Dr. Julius Maada Bio, asked us to be here. We're here because of peace and unity. That will be a total mobilization of our human, financial, and other non-material resources for the development and transformation of our country, so that truly and genuinely, Sierra Leone can be part of the countries that accelerates towards the SDGs, as we share our policies of leaving no one behind. This is really what Power Salon for Better means, by the way. And we believe that, because Kaupa Salon was better. This is embedded in our shared belief. And this is something that the government of President Bio is committed to supporting and promoting. The government is committed to ensuring that agencies that promote inclusivity, participation, unity, and national cohesion, such as the Peace Commission, other agencies of the government, CSOs, development partners, all have a safe space and are given the support to function in a meaningful and productive manner at all times. It is this manifestation of government's firm conviction that governance should be inclusive and participatory that will remain open and supportive of every initiative that will ensure that this current impasse that has caused challenges in governance post the June 24th multi.
He recognized for say this current position, this current impact, this current palaver, this stalemate, this one side, what they say, ultimate one side, king, it don't cause serious problem for the government. This is not one thing where they mourn at the government. You see, they all get outside their own, you know. Government get the own part to side only opposition. The opposition gets their own outside their own. But we don't know who that go give up. Now, it's a bit like what they say tug of war. What they do tug of war. Not so it depends on your team. If your team not strong, then they pull now. You know that tug of war will be the school. I be like a bad. Anyway, logo. I end with the answer now. Don't left.
Elections are addressed in a manner that takes cognizance of our national constitution and national laws. The government is convinced that there could be several ways in which, together with counterparts in the opposition and as a nation, we can forge a progressive national partnership in governance.
Progressive partnership in governance. Listen, government wants me to get a progressive partnership in governance. This now one of the things where the government is looking to. You know, people may suggest government of national unity or inclusive government or whatever government. Maybe, we don't know yet. Perhaps then we'll end up this negotiation with APC getting some ministerial position on some key places. We don't know yet. But if we look at this word, government, they look into inclusive participatory governance. There we go. There we end up.
With each party playing according to its mandate, while at the same time ensuring that the national values of unity and peace efforts are made for continued cooperation and collaboration. Towards ensuring such cooperation and collaboration, the government of Sierra Leone will ensure that opportunities are created for continued work on critical national governance priorities going forward. The President, in his address to the House of Parliament on 3rd August 2023, directed the establishment of the National Electoral Review Committee. The government insists that this committee will be inclusive and broad-based, as His Excellency assured us on that day. And when called on, I hope that our friends in the opposition will fully participate. That won't be enough. This is why we're inviting the opposition to take responsibility, join governance, such that the things that have lasted for 20 plus years, including the constitutional review, can be completed for the progress of our country. Boycotting reforms that strengthen our democracy is not progressive. And I think across all aisles, no matter where one sits, the recommendations from our independent electoral observer bodies require constitutional reform. The recommendations of the Truth and Reconciliation require constitutional reform. When we had a constitution in 1991, we were moving from a one-party state to a multi-party state. And since then, we've had 2 coups and 4 elections. It is time to strengthen our democratic state institutions. And sitting back is not what we should be doing at this point in time. This is why I want to appeal to all of us for good reasoning. I want us to be open and sincere. And I want us to look forward towards the positive outcomes. And I appreciate that we all have said things that will make the other person turn away. And where we have, we're sorry.
All right, that's not a key word, Nandi. It say they recognize during the electionary process, then we don't say something will hurt the opposition. And then they say, then sorry, they apologize. So the government will apologize for whatever thing they don't do APC, whether violence or whatever now, but officially now, they don't put on by the speech, say they don't apologize. Sorry to APC, which we don't do now. And okay, for 1 minute for our wrap up, I will end up with those other words there now later while they do me wrap up. So listen.
That other parties, other members who come to this can also take responsibilities for things that they may have said to get us where we have arrived at. Being reflective is not a position of weakness, but rather that it's a commitment that we are making to move forward. And allow me to end on a note of hope, and a reminder of what makes us a powerful people. It is not our differences that divide us, but it is in our diversity that we get united. Dr. Samura Kamara's wife is my auntie, not a distant blood auntie, a very close auntie by blood.
Now, he mentioned, say, before he end his speech, just to remind, say, Dr. Samura Kamara in wife, na auntie, and not as a long until by blood, Nancy married.
From Pujan. I mention this to say that it is our diversity in thought that must unite us, because he's an uncle. Our religious tolerance, as demonstrated by our daily prayers that our children have in school every day. They have Christian prayer and Muslim prayer. Every program, we have Christian prayer and Muslim program. At a time when we see so much diversion in the world, it's what we should celebrate. We're known to love strangers more. We're people of resilience. And in spite of our one-party states that we've had in the past, our multiple coups, our national health and environmental disasters, we have united and marched forward. That is who Sierra Leoneans are. Ladies and gentlemen, our friends and family members were great people, and forward shall we continue to march. Before I go, and I shall not speak on behalf of the ECSL, this disaggregated results exist in all hands.
All right, catch that point, Steve. He said before you go, in order to talk for ECSL, but the disaggregated results where the APC they talk about, they exist. In order to talk for ECSL, they exist, and they even satisfy. No, we end up in only a few seconds.
That's what the RFOs are. That's what we signed up for as a party. Everybody had representatives at polling stations. Everybody signed RF forms. Those are disaggregated results. They exist in our hands. Like I said, I will not speak for ECSL, but I'll speak for us that we're satisfied with the disaggregated results that we.
Then as a government, they're satisfied with disaggregated. He said the RIF form where people then go, the representative there of the different political party then go and sign, that's not the disaggregated result. So when I get the results, what's the point? ECSL don't do the disaggregated result already. They're satisfied with waiting they get. And in order to talk for, you don't remind me, in order to talk for ECSL, but as far as I'm concerned as a government, they are well pleased with ECSL.
And I'm sure that the other parties who were there have their own disaggregated results. It is important that the words that we use for our members out in the public, or rather, the things that the members use do not shape our leadership roles. We're leaders.
This is not a job. Believe me, this is not a job. And this, when you look at her, you will want to connect her with that voice where they not like alone, that voice where government campaign. I'm not going to call the voice now. I know the voice where they challenge, the voice where they say this voice and they divide. In other words, they don't accuse that voice they say, now they dictate to Samora. In fact, Samora, they do most of them for please that voice they. So it remind Samora, the APC, them for carry the leadership. Let them voice and they not shape their ideas and they're moving forward. We now know the voice. How we go before. In only a few seconds, we are done.
We're leaders, and it is important that we lead. And I don't say this because as an aspersion. I say this to reaffirm our commitment as leaders. We believe that in spite of our own understandings, varying understandings and perceptions of the reality, we will converge and be united at the end of this dialogue for this land that we love. Finally, we're a country of laws defined by the Constitution and all of the laws that have come out of the Parliament of our country, law and order. And I want to urge all of us that during these debates, during these dialogues, we must never ever speak outside of the laws of the country. Thank you.
All right. Now, these days, before the dialogue, The minister tweets a sensitive. I end the note. They talk about waiting. They talk about the law. We must. I mean, this emphasis. It lay emphasis. We must never ever speak outside of the law. So everything we get for doing, like it must get for be within the law. In other words, and get the law, the institutions that don't make the decision. Anyway, let's just count this statement. You know, we put a lot of emphasis back then. Say, this is what the minister be tweets back there to the I think yesterday, not so. I think yesterday or the day yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. You know exactly when it talks, then they engage. You see, not just take the last one. We remain open and committed to engaging within the ambit of the law of Sierra. And what's not the law of Sierra? What did the Lord say? When President Bill go to America, he said we get law there. The institution, a semi-autonomous institution, not in the controller. So what's the announcer? Now this film we go see how it end. Not so. Now we tap that side. Well, we'll be out Dr. Silver Blinding in but I think no open the line, let Fambula give them contribution. Tomorrow, if time permits, we go definitely go into Dr. Silver Blinding, don't take, yes, the EU courts. Well, some people in the argue saying a distraction, some people, I'll just put for you the file where they circulate social media. Some people then say a distraction, some people then say, well, the file is so. So officially, Dr. Silver Blinding don't think the EU go na court. Like I said, now we left this one because now we not spend much time again. We almost reach 1 hour 40 minutes, and now we let people make their calls now. Because we say we will explain on this, we're not going to open phone line tonight. So family, now we just take short break. When we can, we go open the line. That will slow from now, and we go take some of our messages definitely. So they come, Lord, just take short break. We can continue the program just now.
Attention, attention. Are you hungry for the latest insights on politics and good governance issues from the motherland, Sierra Leone? Look no further than Talking Points, your go-to platform for engaging discussions. Subscribe today and let your voice surge. Talking Points is where smart minds come alive. Subscribe now. Attention, attention. Are you hungry for the latest insights on politics and good governance issues from the motherland, Sierra Leone? Look no further than Talking Points, your go-to platform for engaging discussions. Subscribe today and let your voice surge. Talking Points is where smart minds come alive. Subscribe now.
All right, so family, if you just join me, the program where you listen to Komon-Tok, today will be a look exclusively on the statement of the two big political guns on the dialogue that Dr. Samuel Kamara in message and David Senge, when are the chief mediator for the government inside. When you look at this statement, what do you make up of the statement? For me, I feel like saying offensive and defensive. The government feel offended with, so we also tell them we don't get a pre-knowledge and we don't get a knowledge. All right, so the calls are being kind side. Caller, just a second, we can connect you. Just a second. Give me 30 seconds. Now we connect you. Yes, caller, outside the call from.
First of all, I want to say
outside the call from.
Kudos to Una, because this is the only platform where I will be able to talk about the image we come from. What about President Bio?
Which side they call from? Which side they call from?
I come from Sierra Leone.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, concern about President Bio, this imbalance one together the dialogue, because this may not make no sense to me. As a president, you need for witness around dialogue today.
All right, I think we get another caller. Okay. Yes, caller, outside the call from.
I call from the US.
All right, you get 2 minutes. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to ask a question. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. About this non-permanent member of the UN Security Council, where the boost for some, not a position where you want to say rotate.
Yes.
Because last time I know Guinea was part of it. It's just like the IMF, right? Where maybe the Terry Mugabe did Zimbabwe and we did when I have to get up the IMF. So I don't see any reason where the government can say this kind of big achievement. I mean, I don't know because I don't understand. It's like they talk to people here, I don't understand this is wrong. Maybe say
now yearly, now 2 years, yeah, now 2. Yeah, now. Now 2 years anyway. But each and every year, they vote for and back. So, well, we did take positions January 2014, but at the end of the day, we still need the consent of the General Assembly for that we even go for the second term of another year. But anyway, thank you for your question.
Yeah.
Now we had another voice. Yes, call outside the courtroom. Yes, call outside the courtroom. All right, go ahead. You get 2 minutes.
All right, I just gave two quick questions in Komon-Tok. So, where this current government will take power, will we get any journalists that will be there at prison? You know?
Well, or through the government, they all almost say nobody because I be follow EBK, one of him, will be the scatter. They say throughout in time, no journalists, no jail. So this government back can say no journalists are jail. So more or less, they're all in at the same page. But this government go further for pull the section 1965 Public Order Act Part 5. That's vicious libel law, where they criminalize journalism, where they talk something where maybe somebody not like it able to sue them, kill them on jail. But now they kill them on jail again for that. Quiet.
All right, thank you for answering that question, sir. The last thing the SLPP guy, Mr. Senge, talk about is that he say they're satisfied with the results they don't see from ECSL, even though they talk for ECSL. So ECSL showed them the results.
Yeah.
They disagree. He
said they get the RIF form. He said the RIF form that results reconciliation form and that it is disaggregated according to that. Even though they speak for ECSL, but nine and that disaggregated form. So they're satisfied and get them.
Okay, thank you. I don't clear. All right, so
okay, now we had another voice. Just in case you want to call back, you're welcome. Now we had another voice.
Okay.
All right. Yes, call outside the courtroom. Who's that you call from?
I come from Freetown.
All right, you get the platform. Go ahead. You get 2 minutes plus.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you for the work we do. It's clear that the leadership of APC and SLPP, they listen to your show. For me, they go respond to most of the things that waste of we they bring up. For say the government, the fine and some kind of leverage of the opposition. So we're glad that then safe actually. And if the mandates of the chief minister, they talk about no journalists not in jail, and the president said he said the same thing. Yeah, well, how somebody will be in jail? We they support you. You get the boss in all the journalists that they have their pockets, right? The man they're gonna agree for they have their pockets. It's either they exile or they just quiet. You know, he did like what it happened. So the entire temple we get forward now away from the country just because it gets videos then we go expose the other journalists, you know, including Umo whatever BBC guy in there. Yes, Umo Fofana. So the thing is like more you will tune how they do so with our defendants. I like the fact that you not only play what Putin Samora say, you also play and analyze what the chief minister say. And on that so journalism for me, I just one for continue for say you think here, you know, we are not relent. Una way they always stand for democracy. Now that they say it nice, the fear things them. It's not necessarily nice for certain people there, but the right thing for do. And journalism, you can for be fearless and unbiased. And I really believe, say, they do that. Not to job so blow you on. They do a great job with that. And I know one so make you change, make you leaning on one side or the other. Even though sometimes we oppose one side and go, the other side will go bloody. That's just journalism. And just keep on doing a good job, man. And that's what I just get for say. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Now we had another voice. Yes, call outside the call from. Who's side the call from?
Hello, Mr. Komon-Tok. This is Abdul call from the United States.
All right, Abdul, you get 2 minutes. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. I recently talk about inclusive government. You know, in a healthy situation, we nobody against that. But see how the wage bill don't become bloated right now. The FPC don't use that for campaign, and some of we buy the argument. So if they go sit down, they go take positions then. We go put a strain on that wage bill. That's what we say. APC not here for the people of Sierra Leone, they're there for their pockets. And you know, when they bloat this wage bill, who are they there for feel the pain? That the ordinary Sierra Leoneans they feel the pain.
So true.
See how this government behave. You know, now they're not making a tax for water, they're not making a tax for everything. And I get solution for them. If the taxes they want to pay back. We step your food and rice. When they begin to tax this rice by seed, they don't ever run out of money. One bunch of senseless people are doing a very good job.
Someone get problem. The solution what this man got with is but yeah, when I not can put sense for the government too. The man said them for begin tax rest by seed. Then begin tax. You know we run out of cash. Some people get problem. But then the line of the Lord takes up text them quick one. All right. This one come from Ahmed Kuno, the Chief Minister. The same law you are quoting also made provision for access to information, and we are looking forward to ECS to provide the disaggregated results that are within confines of the law. Yeah, I think that's not a good thing, because if we say everything that in law, we get freedom of information. And I believe we don't carry into law, you know. I mean, I don't know if it's for all this argument, noise. I don't see anything with it. Truly, Mohamed Kone no wants Alala for the country. Okay, the chief minister saying it up for Mohamed Kone, but they're satisfied because they get the RI from Mohamed Kone. You're not the chairman. You're not the person where the country give the authority. Put for it, but we say simple as that. Just like they read ABCD or 1, 2, 3 or eating red banana. Except perhaps. All right. Now we had another voice. Yes. Call out. Where you come from?
Hello, me na consultant that they come from Komon-Tok community.
You're welcome. You're welcome from Komon-Tok community. What in I take?
Yes, sir. Me say, what I there for say, first of all, the president of the country who don't go see that president. I don't know this project and this project so would be very important to us. Yes, at the council, you know something, put a massive something. Indeed, you know, go. Go to the money, say, no, go through the way from there, you go, rest project or permanent project you want to do. And then the chief minister, they say, they get the IR from. They're okay with the result, but so we will not get it from them. Results, follow me, see. It's not matter BOV, we will need for support them for your country go before. But not matter BOV, we will need for support for your stand go before, because we need peace and love now we country back. But that results, the whole your position don't say that's the result they want to see the way to say what happened this man. Thank God they give it to us a body per book. So then everyone this show small, so I will just wait. So
all right, thank you very much. Okay, now we had another voice. Let's call outside the call from. Who's the call from?
Sakom in the border.
No bad. Who's the call from?
Call from good.
All right, you get 2 minutes.
Yeah, this now people can testify of everything we Samuel Kamara just talk. Except they talk for years ago. Except for they're satisfied with the results. And this result, I don't bring to the whole disaster. This whole thing we have to sort in the country. And this result now will record. So if whether they accuse say not still this election, they will not say satisfied with the results because they give it to us. So that means that no more the results available for. They're not available for other people then. And that's not the contribution.
All right, okay, all right, okay. Now we take another call. Okay, we don't use this caller. This one they come up from Mary J. Okay, now we add another voice. Yes, call outside the call from.
Hello, caller. I call from.
Me na the caller now. Me na the caller.
Yeah, they call from here.
All right. Me na the caller now. Yes. Also me the caller. They come from. Go ahead. I get 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I get 2 minutes. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Thank you very much for your good job. Yeah, I really enjoy the way I did make people understand always that because it did very good work for explaining. All man don't understand what that is. Thank you very much for that. And the talk I want to talk in relation to the results where the man is in get RFA form. That one, even if it's in get, that is get forced by law, unless the ESL chairman, that is the ESL chairman, he produced the result and before APC represent the youth because according to the laws of Sierra Leone, I only get the mandate for producer. So now they can ask for let you input land. When you pull land, that is APC, then they count as evidence, then back they count the unit compare. And this all man they ask for. Most will say, even when the man see and get, and never they get the RFA form, they get them. The same as when APC back they get them. But the one where they want, let the man who get the mandate, where they need the mandate, where the producer and tell them the way they compare. Even this now make way APC no gonna court. Because they know say where they gonna court. Whose evidence would they get? They're not able to present their own until the ECSL produce their own RFA form, so now you will make and count their own. But if you see them go with their own, that is what against the constitution, now you make APC no one accord because they might not ready for pulling results then because if they pull them and they tell them back in the goals they own. So now the issue that the way make chief minister they get, you know they don't get, they get. APC back they get. But now the man who get the money, now you count the results they are way on man for still that they compare. So now we don't take this. Thank you very much.
All right, okay. Now we had another voice. Okay, we don't miss this caller. Yes, we all right, so we had another voice. Yes, call outside the call from.
Yes, I'm the call from Freetown again.
All right, go ahead.
It's just clear that the government that they take the people they are serious. If the chief minister they come and say they get the results, why would we go through all this hassle where all the people there, most of the people that they ask for the results? So if the government really care about how the people and they feel, I don't really feel say would they go through this process right now. You know, they talk about my parliaments kind of my MPs and go to parliament. But okay, when I get all the numbers for approve all the ministers, yeah. You're the chief minister right now, you become chief minister because now parliament approve you. So the reform they want to talk about say when I do. When I came to do and by when I say right now. You know, one of them go and live for back when I up. So when I get the numbers, clearly when I get the numbers, based on the results where Mohamed wanted to give. So why would they always say they can be there for good at parliament? Where when I came, you see when I do reform right now, when I came to the all by myself. You know, the only reason why when I want people then go back now to parliament because when I don't want to look like a one party state.
All right.
But regardless if APC go to parliament,
no, we
still a one party state.
Thank you very much. Okay, now we had another voice. Yes, call outside the call from. Outside the call from? Sorry?
I come from Dubai.
All right, you get the platform. Go ahead, you get 2 minutes.
Yeah, my opinion, I think the president supposed to lead this particular negotiation. If
Okay.
actually, like when the country don't need to stand still, so it's supposed for the, or
Yeah.
at least the vice president. But me personally, I don't think say who launch that feeding program is so important that for the this particular opening ceremony for the people that see and say it's serious, and that this negotiation is serious. Because Mr. Sebama say I feel disappointed. But something can be mind. Let not be say, like within themselves, maybe within even the people in Canada, they not say APC not just game and play, not a serious thing. Because you see, this data, disaggregated data, like RI form, which every political party get them. So when you see the first, APC young chance, first of all, the cabinet many times now. That's the problem means for go and court by law because everything in institutions you get to go by law. And you see when you say the court say the chief minister they say by law. So now that they don't go, but then they will show the international community and the Sierra thing. Look we from Akene, we get 10,000 votes, so police station as we get, but this is what we put on the website now, so fake. I'm convinced Sierra Leone the one minute for sure say the whole Sierra Leone with SFP supporters they will say APC they get point now. They will bring the city party, they will bring the international community, the whole Sierra Leone behind them. But if you say no, we'll get to you, but pass them and pull you. They might announce una loss.
All right. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, 2 minutes done. In case you want to expand, you will call back.
Okay.
All right. Now we have another voice. Yes, callers. Okay, we miss this caller. Now, perhaps we'll only take 5 more calls. Now we wrap up the program. We've been here for, let me check, more than 2 hours now. You know, now we see some of our text and quick one. Now we just see something we can accommodate. This one they come up from Jerry Brownie, or they see Mr. Komon-Tok. The moment ECSL released that is a greater result, it will be political suicide for BO. All right, so we had another voice. Yes, call outside the call from. Who's the call from? Who's the call from? Okay, go ahead. You get the platform.
Yeah, what did it play out so? Now, if we come back to we want to see in the 60s, we make sure keeping Salon to one party. This new women are able to do so in government, nothing will happen. If they're not solved now, they try to come for satisfy people of Senate. APC come back na power. Believe me, SFP don't form the foundation for give APC the right for doing now for go back to one party system. It will look like democracy, but now one party system will go for end up with. If they not solve this now, they're not going to put in a power. They get for commodity, like they give them 5 years or 10 years. Then they commodity, but if they not this thing not solved now, where APC come back, what this Shekhi do with SFP and case and go to one party, they feel that Shekhi still succeed. Now you get back 2028.
All right, so now we had another. Yeah, now we had another voice. Yes, call outside the call from. Outside the call from. Hello. All right, I think this caller gets issued with the line, and we go. All right, okay. Yes, call outside the call from.
Hello?
Yeah, outside the call from.
I call from Abbas.
All right, you get the platform. Go ahead.
The negotiation really me, I'm disappointed. For me, on side, if they don't do any negotiation, they don't dissolve the present government. The two parties, they all nobody know they under ruling. They do under interim
government, they do the negotiation. But the other party, they can rule. The other one, they decide for negotiation. They know the work. You don't get for work. They don't get for give right here and say, Samura will be president, you don't get for work. And the people who commit the crime, none of them know they inside the negotiation. When they know they matter, they know they inside it. How we will come together? Let's be just how we will come together. And the APCC, I don't repeat for say this, is not able to solve this problem now. They know the kind of power. They know we get leader, president for 40 years back. Markham, which I decide to say. We're not able to solve this now, 40 years. APC will get president and parliament. And the chance is for first let them go able to do the right thing.
All right, thank you very much for your contribution. This will be the last caller for tonight's program. At least we don't exhaust 2 hours. We don't slap 2 hours, and of course, tomorrow working day back, So family, una subscribe it. Please consider to do so. We're really day behind subscribers there. Indeed, we are only. But the score struggle for even forgets 22,000, and we're supposed at least by this range of the kind of people that they really watch, but the problem is about subscription. People insist on time they need for pay money, and on some maybe sabi, but we highly recommend that if you're not sabi, actually we'll show how for subscribe. But if you're not subscribe, it means a lot. We don't make it clear. The more I subscribe, YouTube will recognize we channel, and when you recognize we channel, the algorithm the pick them and it will recommend that to potential viewers there, and then potential viewers then could subscribe. So that the reason make they say not subscribe, you don't get for pay money, and one way for subscribe, and one way for support we. And the good part of it again, which anytime, any kind program, any kind program will be carried. You will be one of the people that will go notify. You will get the notification, especially when it's on the notification. So a benefit for both sides. It will benefit we because more people will know about the program, and at the same time, you self know that for miss anything we will bring them come. So consider that, share, tell other people about the platform. I mean, this will make them for all Sierra Leoneans, and we'll see how they approach the issue. Even though some people then sometimes they can misunderstand. People in there we talk waiting on why the vex, you understand? So man, if you don't talk with you, you can't, well, a lot of people they don't make way for just to contest you, the kind of caliber or kind of person where you did. But I mean, most people, and we know me, now policy will make. We're not embarrassed. Watch some of me guess the one they come. Sometimes they can do something where they're supposed to get huge embarrassment. Some people are there. They embarrass them, but I don't make up my mind. I don't ever embarrass nobody in the show. The only thing they ask you back, let you embarrass yourself, because some people they ask some questions, it's so silly, it's laughable, and some people can make like they know, but I mean, even when you are educated, they still come out the kind some funny weak question, and at the end of the day, they embarrass yourself. So please, sometimes we don't advise like. You don't embarrass yourself, because this platform, a lot of people in the watch and 10, 20,000 people there. So you can imagine it, and more people in the watch in the future. They not look so funny, you understand? Or I mean, they not embarrassed forever. They not feel embarrassed forever. So we're just the same. Sometimes we will talk something when I will like. Sometimes when I will talk some the other side, they not go like. So that's so we do, we do one for one person. With that, the people of Sierra Leone, the people of Sierra Leone. We don't make it clear. This platform, not an APC platform. I don't make it 1 million times, not an APC platform. This platform, not an SLPP platform. This platform, now all Sierra Leonean platform, whether you APC, SLPP. We they bash SLPP currently because I need a power, and the excess is all they do it too much. Believe me or not, if APC and be win and then be there as government, believe me, nothing will change. Talking point, not enough for change. When I forget back exactly the raw facts as it is, that's all they can put up. So now I just know, say, we're not behind, person not behind the scene where they control me, nobody they give me money, nobody they now we do everything for yourself. Now once in a while, self will action and say, but they are not support yourself. because all money do the big channel and the big institutions then the big media house then they all they ask for support. This is just a normal thing. We know they do access because I mean most things they would ask people. So we know just the less or just funny stuff, you know, because not really funny, you know. But the thing is, nobody will control it, nobody will pay it, and so we have liberty. When we answer game, we answer game not until I approach you many times. I mean, you understand, during the election, some of who we integrity, we maintain, I would say nothing, let it happen. Yeah, as it is, we continue to tell the people. Because, I mean, if we all go one side, they're not a democracy. Dissenting voice, opposition are part of democracy, not part of governance, not a bad person. So now we know that. So please consider for share the platform for the other people that benefit from what we do now. We'll come back tomorrow. Until then, be nice, Mr. Komon-Tok.
Attention, attention. Are you hungry for the latest insights on politics and good governance issues from the motherland, Sierra Leone? Look no further than Talking Points, your go-to platform for engaging discussions. Subscribe today and let your voice surge. Talking Points is where smart minds come alive. Subscribe now.
Talking Point platform, TTPTV. Oh yeah. Unale we pledge, we love and loyalty. To we sweet mama salute. Now we all come together as one for tomorrow.